What is going on, guys? Slims here, coming to you guys in the Mortal Kombat X video. This one's going to be an update for Liu Kang, his Flame Fist variation. Most people know who actually played that variation that it did get a nerf after the buff that it received. Basically putting it back to where it was before the buff. And as far as what I'm talking about the Flame Fist activation. It's basically how it was when the game first came out. That's how basically the recovery on it. What they said, it was a glitch that happened where the non-EX version would get the recovery of the EX version, which I'm not 100% behind that statement, because the EX doesn't seem to recover as fast as the non-EX did pre-patch, and also it just doesn't seem like something that just slips past as far as changing, like adding the patch. I think it was something that they were trying to do, trying to see that would, how it would affect Liu Kang's character, and it's like maybe they were getting a lot of complaints or something, so they decided to change it back. But it could be a glitch. That's just my 2 cents on that statement. But basically, as far as all the mid-screen combos that was in my combo video, they are no longer possible, and the max damage from mid-screen you can get is actually like 28%. It's off of a 3-starter, if I can get it done. There it is. It's just that right there. So that's basically the combo. Well, that's not the max damage, but that's the max 1 meter damage that you can get. Well, as far as real situations go, you know, as far as in-game situations. Now you can do something else to get more damage, but as far as in-game situations, is like as far as catching your opponent in the most realistic combo, that is what you're gonna get. But so for mid-screen, I wouldn't recommend using that meter. I would recommend using that meter on pressure, because if my opponent blocks, I can now, you know, do something that they can't escape, you know. So, and that gets you more damage than actually EXing, because if I just do this, that does like 20. If I do that, that does 21. And if I do the EX version, like something like this, that does 27. So it's up to you. I mean, extra 6% for 1 bar. It's up to you if you want to do that. I would not recommend it, because you can get about the same amount of damage, or even more, as far as just by doing chip pressure. I think you actually get more damage from doing the chip. So that's about it for mid-screen. That's all I recommend doing. Liu Kang really doesn't have like overhead and low mix-ups as far as like you know, starters. You could end the limit punch and just like do the overhead. If they're blocking low, you know, you just like do the overhead and catch them blocking low. But as far as like if they're not blocking low, and like they're waiting for that pressure, that's about it that you can do as far as situations. Because if I do this, I know you see a lot of Liu Kangs, at least advanced Liu Kangs, do the 1-1 and then just go low instead of doing the 1-1-3. But you can just like pretty much like spam uppercuts and knock them out of that. So yeah, that's basically it for the mid screen. Now for the corners, so the corner really quickly. Now for the corner, you can, you know, do the same thing, extend it with EX, which was something you could do pre-patch, but again, you wouldn't have to spend meter to get the situation off. Now you have to spend meter to get that situation, which is something I wouldn't recommend now, because a 2-bar combo now has to go into a 3-bar combo for the same amount of damage that you was getting pre-patch. And spending that 3 bars version have that extra meter just in case you are knocked down, you have to wake up, or some kind of situation like that. It's not something I would recommend doing now, unless your opponent is like a certain amount of health, has a certain amount of health. So basically the situation I'm talking about is, let's say your opponent has 50 health, right? You could do something like this. Well, that's not really it, but this is a combo. So this combo, the reason I recorded this is just to show you guys that Liu Kang still has really good damage as far as you know, getting off a combo, but it's a lot more situational now, because of the longer recovery on the Flame Fist. You can't just throw it out as much. I mean, basically pre-patch, I was just being reckless with this thing. I would just throw it out, because the recovery in it was so instant. I wouldn't have to worry about getting punished for throwing it out, because no one, honestly, I don't think anyone has ever punished me for throwing that move out. so I wouldn't have to worry about getting punished for that. Now, as far as that situation I was talking about, this situation here. Now, pre-patch, you would have to spend just 2 bars a meter to get that situation. Now you have to spend 3. Again, what I said is, I wouldn't recommend that unless your opponent is 50% below health and doesn't have like enough breaker, because now if you, let's say you get knocked down after that big combo and you have no wake ups, you have wake ups, but everybody that plays this game knows that they're not, you know, that good, because they no longer have invulnerability. So you basically have to either eat a mix-up, either combo, eat chip damage. You have to eat whatever your opponent throws out at you. So you want to have that extra little 1 meter to, just in case you want to armor out of pressure or any situation like that, just in case you need that meter. So he still has, you know, his corner combos, as far as like maybe like a 1-1-3 back 1-4. You know, something like that, or you know, doing it without the meter. You get like 35%. So I mean, he still gets great damage. It's just that it's not as optimal as it was pre-patch. So as far as the whole review of Liu Kang post-patch, I still like this variation. I still like the combos that he does. I just honestly, I don't use it anymore as far as online and competitive combat, because it doesn't compete with a lot of characters on the roster of MKX. It just doesn't. So I don't really use. I rather use his Dragon's Fire variation than his Flame Fist now, which pre-patch they were basically tied as far as popularity and usefulness, like utility. And some would argue that Flame Fist was not better because of its recovery, but now after the post patch, it's no longer that case. So now he still gets basically a 61% if you have the Flame Fist activated already for that 2 bars instead of that 3. But you have to have your Flame Fist already activated to get that. And he still also has his you know, neutral jump push damage, you know, instant air fireball combos and stuff like that. He still has everything. It's just this one little change changes Liu Kang's dynamic and his utility, his meter management, everything. So you just gotta keep that in mind. So basically, for the corner, it's, you could do basically the same situation. You would do mid screen. You can, like, you know, trap them, which the mix-ups corner is a lot more reliable, because I can do, you know, like something like that. And you can see I can mix them up. And instead of doing that, you could, like, you know, go full damage. You know, you can do that if you want to, but it's, again, up to you. I would recommend the damage or the setup. Basically, the damage and the setup basically gets you the same amount of damage, but it's basically, it's catered to your playstyle. It's which one you want to do, either or. So that's basically it for this video. Tell me, guys, what you think about the change. I'm not a fan of it. I wish they kept it how it was, but I do understand the change. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and peace.